Is AI going to replace you? And if so, what can I do about it? Well, now we're talking reinvention. What is the future of us? If you're following the news, there is a news article almost daily of organisations saying we're going to let 5,000 people go because the task can now be done by AI. You get called into the office, you get these video things. This is what AI is leading to. It's leading to a revolution. As a race, humanity has had to deal with reinvention and revolution of the roles we play in the world previously. Now, most of that's happened in the past. Most of us wouldn't remember it. However, we do remember COVID, and that was one of those big changes. This impacted you so much. And one of the biggest things that it impacted was our mental health, because we actually had to face what our role was. And we were stuck not living our lives, but living a new life. And that life was really restrictive. As AI evolves and starts to play a bigger role in our lives, we're going to have to think about what we should be doing. And we should be doing that now. It is moving so quickly. Whether it's Grok, whether it's ChatGPT, whatever those things are, they are all moving at such a rapid pace, it's really hard to keep up with all the cool functionality it gives us. What we can do is start to get our learning and our failure and our reinvention mindsets in place. And mindset's a really big thing. If you're sitting there going, you know what, I can't do this, you've got a negative mindset. If, however, you go, I can do this, I can grow and I can learn, then you're getting a growth mindset. Even further, you're getting a reinvention mindset, knowing that you've got this, you've changed before, you've got the resilience to be able to move forward and become the new you, the new version of you, your new normal. And then you heard me mention failure mindset. For most of us, we go, Gary, what do you mean a failure mindset? Surely I don't want to go in there thinking I'm going to fail. Well, the reality is you are. You're stepping into a new land. You're stepping into a world that you haven't been there before. Forget AI in this for the moment. If you move to a new country, if you step into a new relationship, if you step into anything that's new, you have to learn new habits. You have to learn new things that are going to help you adapt and evolve and reinvent yourself to be able to succeed in that. We go back to a failure mindset is a positive failure mindset. And again, you can have a negative failure mindset, and the people that don't move forward and stay stuck, and that word stuck's a really interesting one, because I kind of feel like it sounds like what it feels like. You're stuck. You can't move. It's just one of those things that I go, I don't like that feeling of stuck. And we have all felt it at some point in our lives. We know we need to move, and we know we need to change and reinvent ourselves. That's where the positive failure mindset comes into it. We know that we are going to fail because we are going to new lands, but as we take each step, we're learning, we're adapting, we're changing our strategy as a result of it. When we go into a new land, let's say you're traveling into a new country or even just a new town, you go for a walk and you go, I just went down the wrong road here. What am I going to do? I need to back up and I need to go down this street. Do we sit down in the middle of the road and go, I don't want to move. I just don't think that I can do this anymore? Maybe some people do, but the majority of us go exploring again, exploring life, exploring the opportunities that come with being in somewhere new. And that is a positive failure mindset. And all of that leads into your reinvention mindset, which is, I can do this. I got this. We go back to the AI story. There is going to be changes. Probably most of us will have either an evolution of our job or the stopping of the career path that we had or thought we wanted. But out of that gives us an opportunity again. Do we take our reinvention mindset and go, okay, so that one didn't play out. Wonder what I can do. And this is where AI is great. It helps us actually think about what we can do as a result of the evolution of AI. You can jump in there and put in a prompt that says, hey, AI, I think my job's going to change. Given the skill set that I have, what are the future things I could be doing? How better to get some career advice from the thing that's threatening our career? And I know I'm talking about it like it's a person, but it is a knowledge source. that lets you go and explore all of the things that are possible, give you expertise, give you knowledge if you're open to it. And that, again, is that mindset part. We will, as part of Reinvention, go through a period of time where we are almost grieving for the past of what we have had to let go of or what we are going to have to let go of. Thinking about all the good times. You know what? Remember that time back in the 1980s when this was so good? It wasn't as good as you think it was. Our minds, I call mine Bob, by the way, so boss of brain, and so Bob has a role to play in how we view and stay safe in the world we play in. What Bob does is takes in the millions of stimuli that come through in our everyday event. Think about it. It's raining. Oh, should get an umbrella. That's a Bob thing. Oh, look, there's a car coming. Bob says stop. You know that what Bob's trying to do is keep you safe. Bob has been there since we were born, basically. And the things and stories that Bob builds up are created from the experiences that we've had in the past. And the other things that have been influential, like our parents and their views and their values and their beliefs, they all lead to us being the person we are today. Problem is, Bob's really strong because he really wants you to actually say, okay, listen to me and take yourself out of any threat. And you can call yours whatever you like. My wife calls hers Frau, as in she is dissected with German efficiency. The reason why they give that is because this voice in your head is going to be so influential and is so influential. Understanding where it's coming from and what its motivations are critical. Go back to 2 years old. You're sitting in the car. Mum goes into the shop. All of a sudden you're going, where's mum? I'm scared. Where's mum? That might give and lead to abandonment issues. And over time, that builds and builds and builds as Bob gets to build the story around it, and it becomes such a critical part of your relationships. You might be in a relationship, and whenever your partner doesn't ring you, ask how you're going, Bob's going, oh, reference point. Remember when we were 2 years old? You don't know that Bob's going through the filing cabinet to find that experience. He has built a whole scenario and a way to keep you safe as part of that process. By doing that, he goes, yep, cool. Here's a situation in a relationship, for example, that is similar, kinda, to that. And goes, right, let's put on the response and the emotions we had. Back then, we might have bawled our eyes out sitting in the car seat. Now, we just lock it down. Or we go the other way, which is we're really needy. Say, come on, make me feel like I'm not abandoned. Make me feel like I'm valued. The reason I bring Bob into the conversation is every time we are going to look at reinventing ourselves, Bob is going to be sitting there going, dude, just know. Do not put yourself in an area where there's the unknown. Because I don't know how to deal with the unknown. The only reference point I have is the past. And I can extrapolate and extend it to new situations. I'd prefer not to. Let's just keep you safe. And that is physiologically, emotionally, and psychologically safe. Wrap you in cotton wool. Do nothing new, because new comes with unknowns, new comes with uncertainty, new comes with change, and new comes with adaptation. And Bob hates that. We go back and go, okay, Bob, I hear you, but equally, I know I need to move forward. I am ready to change. With AI, we are getting all of those signals coming at us through media, through people saying, hey, did you try this? Or friends going, hey, let me show you how this works. All of those things are giving you information that you can now frame to go, I really do need to do this. The only reason you will change is if you believe you should. Otherwise, you are resisting it and you're pretending that you're going along for the journey. Our life is made up of habits. Bob also has habits. He sits in our head going, yeah, cool, millions of bits of information coming through. My partner is angry with me. Response, I'm going to shut down. I was a Coca-Cola addict, 6 litres of Coke a day. Huge. Now, just so you get the logistics of that, I can get up in the morning and I can have a 600ml bottle. I can have one at morning tea. Let's have one at lunchtime. Let's have one at afternoon tea. Let's have one on the way home. And when you get home and you're sitting in front of the TV, let's knock over a 1.25 litre bottle of Coke there. My habit was around that. And I was addicted to that habit. And we get addicted to life's habits as part of this process. When we're talking about AI, it's going to change the habits of our lives. It's going to change the way we interact with our world. You have a trigger, you have a craving, you have a routine, you have a reward that you get out of that. And it could just be that you are not challenged. And here's an interesting fact. Most addicts are not addicted to whatever the substance that they are taking is. What they are addicted to is the feeling that they get. Most of us who are addicted to something, Bob has created a story around that. With that might be pain. When you take a substance that can take that pain away just for the briefest of times, that relief is what we get addicted to. That is the reward. When some people will take one particular drug, it doesn't matter what it is, if it gives them that relief of that pain, Bob goes, you know what? I loved that. I didn't feel so stressed. Let's go and do it again. And that's how we become addicted, and that's how we build up habits. As we go through this AI journey, we are addicted to our lives. All of our habits are built around our lives, and we are now having to change them. As we do that, we are going to have to build up new habits. In our heads, we actually get stronger the more we do something, just like going to the gym. If you are doing something around a habit, a neural pathway has been built so that it's just more efficient. Bob's lazy. He wants to make sure if it's something you're going to do day in, day out, drink a lot of Coke, let's just make that process almost automatic. It's almost the AI inside our heads. He can then focus on the other things to keep you safe because he's got that one sorted. AI is going to have that challenge for us. You can choose not to change right now, but eventually you're going to have to change so that you can be at least relevant in your own life. Me, I want to explore and have a fuller life. I don't want a life filled with fear. I want a life that gives me the opportunities that AI presents to us, and also an opportunities that life in general gives to us, because AI is just one of those things. So we've got to get out there and figure out how to live our lives, but fight our fears along the way. Is AI going to take your job? Maybe. I don't know. You don't know. Is AI going to change your job? Definitely. Certainly. Absolutely. So what's my role in this? If AI is going to do all of those, I can only control the reinvention part. For some of us, we need to be convinced that we need to change. Even stronger would be if we believe that we need to change. How we get to that point is exploring what the potential impacts for us personally are. We can do all of that discovery work of going, you know what, let me type into ChatGPT, how's my world going to change? That is only giving us the information gathering. Eventually, we need to believe it, because reinvention isn't easy. It's work. It's hard work, because we're breaking all those habits that we talked about before. And each step I take away into the new world is away from the world that I'm really comfortable with. I'm going to have to work at this. And to work at this, I need to have a belief that I need to change. If you don't have a level of dissatisfaction in the way you see where you are today, why bother changing? Stay where you are. There is no reason, not a significant reason to change. And when things get tough, you just quit. You need to be convinced, and you need to convince yourself. Reading out the articles is information gathering. Processing it and seeing how it relates to you personally is when it becomes the catalyst for you to change. The driver, the things, the motivation that's going to give you the energy and the commitment to push through those tough times. Because reinvention and change is going to be tougher than what you think it will be. Do the work up front, figure out what's going to give you the catalyst and the information, and then build on that. And as you step forward into this new world, just keep reevaluating all of that information gathering you did. Because some of those assumptions that you made will be correct, some will be wrong and need to be adapted. And that's where you take that journey of life of finding where your new normal sits. This is where mastering the art of reinvention comes in. We are mastering by doing. The art, it's personal. It's about you. So you have to be coming up with strategies that are specific to how you see the world and how you work in that world. If you don't, you're not committed. You're not going to make that happen. Reinvention is the tool that you use to change. You don't wake up in the morning and go, you know what? Today's my day of reinvention. Reinvention's a process. it's not the end goal. You need an end goal that's going to drive you to pick up the reinvention tools, to pick up the process and work through that process in a deliberate, focused way so that you can go, you know what, I'm going to go from here to here. I have my reinvention mindset. I have my positive failure mindset. And with those two things, I can step into my future with more confidence and knowing I have the resilience to deal with the setbacks that might come along the way. Have a read of it. It's good.